So, hello everyone. Hi, hello everyone. We'll be starting in next 2 minutes. Just wait for some more people to join in. So yes, folks, you can like introduce yourself in the chat, or like you can turn off your mic and also speak up. We'll be starting at 6:10, just 3 minutes. So we have Vijay from Rajasthan, great. Akhil from Pune, yeah. Hi Akhil. 'Great Sonal. Hi Sonal from Odisha. Omkar from Pune. Hello Omkar. 2 minutes more. I think we should start. Okay. So yes. So welcome everyone to the API's 101 session with Postman. So let me introduce myself. My name is Devansh and I'm Postman student expert. So this is basically session to like introduce you with the API and also we'll be having hands-on session where we'll see how to send requests and stuff through APIs and much more. We'll be discussing about what we have here in our agenda. So yes, Omkar from Pune. Okay. We have someone special to join us. Just waiting for him. Okay, just a second. Yeah, like we can start him. No problem. Okay. So yeah. So who am I? And my name is Devansh, and I'm Postman student expert, as I mentioned, and also I'm a native Android developer, founder, and community lead at Audio Droiders. So this is my LinkedIn. Like you can connect with me. Okay, I'm with. You can find me with the name Devansh Pratap Singh, and yeah, that's my LinkedIn ID. So let's come to the agenda for today. Okay, so first is the introduction to APIs and Postman. We'll have learn about APIs, basically what are APIs through the real life example, and also we'll know about the role of Postman in APIs. And the second is like request and responses. Like we'll learn about the request and responses, how to send response to an API and stuff. And the third one is like trying things out, basically some hands-on workshops sort of. So a practical guide to APIs. Okay. And the fourth one is follow-up resources, where I'll be like sharing you some resources along with how you can become Postman student expert. And the next one is question and answer session followed with challenges. So we have let me break the like what we main thing we have like swags, cool swags from Postman. Okay, we have two challenges. About the challenges, I'll discuss further. So just sharing, we have two challenges and cool swags. Okay, and the challenges are not too tough. Yeah. So let's start with this. So like APIs are, as we know, like I hope if anyone here is like new who do not have any introduction to APIs, like you can mention that. As I'll take that everyone is a beginner and they have no introduction to like APIs. Okay, so APIs basically they stands for application programming interface, and the best way to understand or learn about APIs, understand about them is through an example of a digital restaurant. Okay, so like a person or you enter a restaurant and you like take a table, and the waiter comes to you and asks for the order. So what you want to order? Okay, and then you give your orders to the waiter. And the what the waiter does is like takes your order to the chef or the kitchen. And like suppose you ordered misal pav. Okay, so the waiter takes your order and goes to the kitchen and tells the chef we have an order for misal pav and prepare that. So the chef would prepare misal pav if he has all the ingredients and stuff. Okay, so and would prepare the order and hand over it to the waiter, and the waiter would take your order and bring it to you. And similarly, if the kitchen is out of stock and does not have stuff for fulfilling your order, he would like tell the waiter that we are out of stock and can't process your request. So that waiter would come to you and say, sorry sir, we can't process your request. You can ask for some another food or stuff. Okay, similar is our APIs. So client is basically your browser, okay, which sends the request to the server, and the request that is sent is through an API. Like you can understand this in such a way, suppose you open your Chrome, and there is a server, Google server, okay, where all the web pages and files are arranged. Okay, so now you want to like search for Postman. So what you are going to do is open Chrome, which here Chrome is a client, and you would enter like something Postman. Okay, so what is happening is API is taking your request to the server. Okay, just like in case the waiter is taking your request to the chef or the kitchen, the API is taking your request to the server and like searching for the stuff, and if he found the useful result, then the API would take that and return to the client in form of a response. And if similarly, like the waiter, if he does not, if the kitchen is like out of stock, he would tell you that that we are out of stock and you can order something else. Similarly, the API does the same work. Okay. So what API does is like it would take your request to the server, and from there, like if it gets your response, if he finds the suitable, like you can say response that or suitable data to your request, it would return that to you. And in case if it does not find the suitable data, it would also return a response in both the cases, but it will tell you that sorry, or in the form of like status code. API talks in the form of status codes. Okay, we have different status code, and the most famous, which almost most of the developers encounter, is 404. Okay, and there are like many memes out there regarding that. 404 is basically file not found error. Okay, and there is also there are many like status codes. Status codes 200 means like successful response, 400 means like there is some error. Starting from 4, status codes means there are some error. We'll be discussing about these in further sessions. So what's an API and why should I use one? So like APIs, as I mentioned, stands for application programming interface, like which helps us to communicate with each other. Okay. So like suppose what is the everything like which app or big services like you are using is all about playing with API. APIs are like you are directly or indirectly like dealing with APIs, and they are playing a very important role in your life, like in technology. And like suppose you want to get some data from Twitter. Okay, and so but you don't have access to the code base. So what these big tech companies do is like to help developers, they create the API, because they can't give you the access to their code base, so they simply give you their APIs through which like you can get their services. Okay, and there are like APIs for everything. So APIs allow developers to access data from a service like Google or Twitter without any knowledge of how the code base has been implemented. Similarly, like if you are creating a, you can say Android app, and you want to like integrate login functionality. Okay, so what you can do is you can use a simple Firebase APIs are also there. Okay, so which would make your work a lot more easier. And yeah, so there are like APIs for everything. We'll be discussing about that in further. So yeah, so here is a simple working of an API. Suppose like what you do on a social media, this is Instagram, everyone knows. What you do is like open Insta and open the camera in Insta, and like you click a photo and simply you upload the photo on Instagram, and your friends like and stuff and comment, and you get like happy getting thousands of likes. So what, in a simple process of like clicking a photo on Instagram and uploading, there is involvement of around 3 APIs. So there are many types of APIs. Like when you open your Instagram, the camera that you are using, there is also a use of API. So the camera of your smartphone or the hardware that is communicating with your app, there is also an API involved in that. Okay, so that is a type of hardware API which like communicate lets your app communicate with your hardware, which in our case is camera. Okay, then the camera basically clicks your photo and passes over the data to the app, and now the role comes of the next API, which is like for enhancing the your photos. Like there are many, when you click the photo on Instagram, there are like many filters and stuff which you can apply on the photos. Okay, so there is also libraries, many libraries and APIs also through which like you can do that. So this was the second API which comes into play. And now the third API which comes into play is like after you have successfully like applied filters and stuff, and now you need to push that image to the server of the Instagram so that it can be like accessed all over your friends, and like they can react to that. Okay, so here we have three APIs. First one was the API, hardware API, which was like communicating with your app. Okay, so the next one was the API, which was like enhancing your image, and the third one was the picture or the image which you are clicking. The API is sending that to the Instagram server, and from there, like it is getting reached out to your friends and other Instagram users. And the next is there's an API for everything. There is an API for everything. Okay. So like the first one is the cat API, through like which returns images of cats and fun facts about cats and stuff. Okay. And the very famous one is weather, open weather map, and the Genius, Discord, YouTube to MP3 API. You might have used like YouTube video downloader and stuff. So there also they are using APIs. Okay, and Spotify also, and Twitter API is also there, Facebook, Google, and so many more. Okay, there are APIs for everything. Okay, but just the thing is like some are paid, some are unpaid. Okay, and one cool thing like I would like to share is here we'll also be seeing how Google returns and responds through its API. Okay, in the Postman, I'll show you how Google returns the response when you like search for anything through its API. So API turn software into Lego bricks. Okay, so how many of you know Lego, what Lego bricks are? Tell me in the comment. Everyone has played with it, I hope, in their childhood. Anyone? Okay, okay. Sonal Kumar has played. Great. Yeah. So actually, I had not played, but my like younger siblings have. I have. Yeah, Vijay also. Yeah, they play. So like, I'll also sometimes pick it up and like I also create. Actually, they are like simple blocks through which like you can create any structure. Okay, you might have seen students like you can fix them on top of each other and create like basically create like any structure. Okay, so similar are the APIs in our software. Suppose the role of API is similar to LegoBricks. How? This it's like suppose you have an e-commerce app, and there you have an API for like login. Okay, there you have a separate API for login, and for sign up also you have APIs, and you have APIs for fetching the products from the server. Okay, what all products you want to list on your website or your app, and also you have like checkout API through which like you will be sending what the user has like ordered and stuff. So in short, I'm saying like different APIs are combined to create a software. Okay, so which makes a lot easier if you want to like decompose some part of your software, and or you want to upgrade it. So yeah, now let's talk about Postman. Okay, so yeah, what is the role of Postman? And when we talk about APIs, Postman comes at the top of the list. API tools. Okay. So what is Postman? Postman is basically a collaborative API development platform which basically allows the developers to create, use, and test their APIs with a UI. Okay, with a UI. That is important. Yeah. So like the cool features and great user experience has like enabled a Postman, and the Postman is like being used by 98% of Fortune 500 organizations use Postman, and 65% of global 2000 organizations use Postman. And it's like very probable that you'll encounter Postman in your workspace. Okay, because like it's being used by many industries, and yeah, so it would be great if you like pay attention to this session. Okay, so because I'm serious, because it's being like adapted by many industries, so it's more probable that you will encounter it. Okay, so before the Postman, what the thing was like, if you want to create API, test API, you have to use the terminal. Okay, through terminal, like it was very hard to like you can say visualize the response we are getting through the API, and like it was not that user friendly to work with. Okay, before Postman. So this is the first image is showing how we used to work with APIs when Postman was not there. Now the Postman gives a cool like user interface through which makes our work a lot easier, and we can like easily visualize our response, and yeah, test our APIs, build our APIs, and yeah, it has made our work a lot easier. So now let's talk about request and responses. So yeah, client sends a request over the network to the server, and server in return returns a response to the client. Okay, so API, what does API does is it simply exposes all the resources services of the server to the client. Okay, yeah, client is basically your web browser which is requesting some data from the server, and it is being fulfilled through a network API. Now we have an important making request, how we interact with the API. Okay, so there are three ingredients to make a request with the API. So the first one is very important, method. Okay. So like method, there are a lot of methods in APIs, but some of the common ones which we will be discussing are get, post, put, and delete. Okay. So yeah, so like suppose you want to fetch some data, you want to get some data from the server, then you will use a get API. Okay, you're getting some information from there, and if you want to like push or post some data to the server, then you can use the post. Then you will use the like post method. And if you want to like change some data, updation is there, then you can use the put or patch. We have basically two methods, put and patch. Okay, we can use that for updating our data to the server. And the second important thing is after method is address endpoint. You can say URL also. Okay, URL basically like https colon slash slash google.com is your URL, and the method is like is what you want to get any data from the server, or you want to post any data to the server. And the third one is like your path. Okay, we'll see this when we'll be dealing with the Google API. What is path? Path is basically like you have a URL, and there are three folders you can say. Okay, first one is for the books, second one is for the jokes, and third one is for something put for replace and patch for specific file update. Yeah. So like what patch does is like it only updates a small part. Okay. What put does is like it updates the entire it overrides all the data of that ID. Okay, of that field you can say. Okay. So great, by the way, whoever shared that. Yeah. Okay, Vijay. Great. So now yeah. And the third one is the path. Okay. So as mentioned, three important things, method, address, endpoint, and the path. Now what we have is request. Okay. So this is a URL, suppose https colon slash slash google.com slash search. Let's break down this URL and understand this. So the method is here is get. Okay. Get is basically for retrieving information. Post is for sending information. Put and patch is for updating information. And delete is for deleting the information. Okay. So in the URL, we have HTTPS, which is a protocol, the scheme of the request. Basically, we have HTTPS and HTTP. HTTPS is more secure than HTTP. Okay, and www.google.com is your host address of the server. Okay, address of the server, which server the API has to go to request that, and slash search is the path, basically the destination where request can be heard and executed. Okay, so yeah, specifying detail, building your request parameters in the query. So what are parameters like? Suppose here, for if you do some Google search, no, like you search for Postman. Here the parameter like which will be passed is will be a Postman. We'll have this. We'll understand this through practical guide. We'll better understand that. Okay. Authorization is not something which we'll be dealing with in our 101 session. Headers and body. Headers are basically like the metadata. Okay, which where you can add the authorization API key and stuff, which will not be showed in your in your URL. Body is you'll be dealing with body when you'll be working with post and put methods. Okay, yeah. So the request body, optional but often supplied with post and put request. Data types are like form data, JSON. Most of the APIs like we use returns as the JSON JavaScript object notation, and we have text, HTML format, XML format, files, GraphQL, and many more in Postman you can deal with. Okay, so this is something sort of a JSON response, how it is written or how you can post your data to the API. So receiving responses, as I mentioned, I gave you the example of the digital restaurant, like when you ask the waiter for a particular dish, it takes your request to the kitchen and ask if the all the ingredients are available, and if ingredients are available and your it will if it is prepared in the kitchen, it will take your dish and come to you. Similar the APIs, if you request some data from the API goes to the server and finds that. If it successfully finds that, then it will come with the data along with some status codes. Okay, so status codes, if 200 you are getting status code 200, that means everything is okay. 201, it means the request that you made has some impact on the server, means something has been created. And 404 is not for not found. And we have 403 also, I think it's for forbidden. And yeah, okay. And 404 402 is for unauthorized. Yeah, there are you can learn about them. Headers, yeah, accessing body data. We'll discuss all these. So yeah, as I have posted in the WhatsApp group, to everyone to create the Postman account if you want to follow along. So now we'll be entering the workshop, workshop, basically a practical guide where I'll be showing you how to send a response and work with APIs in practical. Okay. So this is the URL, like you can basically hook this. Okay. So tell me anyone who will be working with me on this. Okay, so we'll be posting some data and your data will be showing up over here on the response. I mean, okay, Vijay is there. Great. I'm sharing the link. Okay. Uh, it might give you an edge if you are working there in the swags. Okay, because you'll be posting some data on our uh, this server. So we might we'll be evaluating this. I'm going to do alongside. Okay, great. So for this, I'm sharing the link. Okay, I'm too. Yeah. Just a second, everyone. Please set up Create your account who have not created. I'm sharing the link. Just a second. Huh? Okay, I'm sending it in the WhatsApp group. Yes, folks, like I have shared it. You can poke that. If anyone is facing any issues, let me know. And after poking, yes. So if you have clicked the link, this interface will open up. Yeah, it's similar to like if you have worked with GitHub before, like working with the repos. You what you do is you fork it simply, okay, and then you like start working on that. Similar is this one post on Postman. So you will get something similar. Has everyone got this? If anyone is facing any issues, let me know. Okay, fork label. Okay, so I'm simply giving it any name. So today is 11th March Postman session. And the workspace only you will get one, I think. I'm also getting because I am using from the new id, okay, and simply click on folk collection. Okay, so folk created. It's taking time, yeah. So yeah, so the API which we'll be working is of Postman, has like provided us the API, and yeah. So we have basically three parts. Okay, first one is the joke one, and the second one is I think book, and the third one is quote. So we'll be working with the jokes one, of course. Like everybody likes jokes, so that's the reason why we'll be working with this. So after you have successfully poked your API and you are ready to go, you will get the similar something appearance. Okay, here is the documentation on the rightmost side. You can say, see, okay. So the endpoint URL is given over here, and the paths are joke, quote, and book. We'll be working with the joke one. Okay, all the paths can handle all the requests, including get, post, put, and delete. Every object must have an ID, author code, book slash listed, and the source field is optional. I'll show that what I'm talking about. To access the body of your request, go to the body tab. Okay. So this is basically the documentation, and when working with APIs, it's like advised to open your documentation and work. Okay. Okay. We'll be referring the documentation, and basically I'll tell you how to see the documentation and work. Okay. Yeah. So everyone, I hope you have set it up. Who all have set it up? Okay, take your time. I'm waiting. Done, Vijay. Okay, great. Yeah. So let's open our. If anyone is doing, let me know. Then I can like wait for him or her. Okay. So yeah. So this is your works done. Sanskriti done. Okay. Sonal done. Sonal Kumar. Akhil done. Great. So like before working with our API 101 API, what I was saying, like I'll show you how the Google API works. Okay, so simply this is the workspace. You can simply take it as a folder, and there we have different collections inside that. Okay, so I have created a new collection DPS, and I'll simply add a request. And basically, I want to show you how Google API returns some response when you pass it. Okay. So I have simply clicked on a new request, and here I name it as like get request. Okay. Get request. Huh? And this is basically your where you can select the method. Okay. Get method will be selecting, and you can simply go here. Like let me show you something. I enter Postman. Okay. What happened? Okay. Postman. Yeah. So let's break down this. What we are getting. Here you can see HTTPS is basically the protocol, and this www.google.com is your URL. Okay, and this you can say the server, and slash search is your path, and this question mark q is equals to postman is basically your parameter. Okay, let's copy this and check this in postman. Here I am pasting this. Okay. So here you can see the in the query parameters you are getting key q, and the value of q is postman. Okay. I'll simply click on send, and this will give us the response. Let's see what we get over here. We are basically sending a get request to the API. Okay. Yeah. So you can notice over here we have got a status code 200. Okay. Okay. And the time it took is 4.38 seconds. Size is 123.94 KB. So to better like visualize it, you can just a second. So you can what you can do is like you can view it in the preview tab. Okay, simply click on the preview and you can have a look. So see what it is returning is a entire HTML code. Okay, entire your web page. Okay, from here like you can manipulate the parameter and you can search for anything. Okay, what I did is just I simply send a get request to the Google API and it has like rendered as send us the entire web page. So similarly like this only your Google works. Okay, Google API. Now let's come back to our Postman, which is the main thing of today's session. Okay, let me delete this. Yeah, this got deleted. So everyone who has spoke, who has this basics of API collection, this will open up like this. Now the first by default you will get a data request. Okay, this is uh, basically through which like you can get your response. Okay, first click on basics of API, then on the rightmost corner you will see a documentation. There you will get an endpoint. Copy that endpoint. Okay, once you are following, please note this endpoint. Copy that endpoint and simply click on variables. Okay, you're getting this variable option. Simply click on that and here write the variable name, which we will say base URL. Okay, base URL and initial value. In the initial value which you have copied, just paste that. Okay, and remove the forward slash. And simply you can click on the three dots and click on save. Okay, I hope everyone who are following have done this. Yeah. So path, the path which we will be following is forward slash joke as we'll be working with the joke one. Okay. So let's come to our get request. You can simply click on this one also for getting here. And here select the method will be get and simply use curly braces and this will recommend you some variables which you created. Okay, just now. The base URL variable where you stored your URL. Simply click on that. Okay. You'll get something similar and then forward slash joke done great, awesome. And simply you can send. And also like if you are sending okay, just now don't send post request. When we'll be doing, then only send your post request. And who all are following, just remember to mention your name when you are sending your like we are working with the joke one. I'll be checking only the joke responses of the joke API. So when you are adding any joke, remember to like use your full name. Okay, in the author property. Okay, so we have got some response from the get request is like ID author, which is NA, giving us NA, and the joke which we are getting is first rule of programming is if it works, don't touch it. Okay, yeah. So the source, it's also giving us the source of the API. Yeah, great. So this is how we send our get request. You can like if as mentioned, you can work with other endpoint paths also, but I'll only take the joke one over here. So and the next thing is like you can use forward slash and you can provide the ID like I provide this too. So what this is going to do is this will provide us the joke of which ID is 2. Here we are getting a random joke. Okay, whose ID is 4. Like if I remove this 2 and again I send them a get request, this will give us another joke of another ID. So like this time we have got ID 5 joke. Okay, which is bugs are features. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you can simply use forward slash and provide the like joke ID. I simply provided. /2. So this would return us the joke of whose ID is like 2. Okay. So we got that, which is joke is what is hardware, the part of computer which you can kick. Okay. Okay. This was too much. Yeah. So this is the get API, like how you can send get request to an API. Now let's work with the post method. Okay. Simply click on the on your collection and on the three dots and click on add request. Okay. A request name. So here you can say post request. Okay. Post request. And here the method will be post and the URL will be like again the variable like we saved base URL /joke / okay, only this. It is a very good a habit of like checking the documentation and working. So if you want to like you are stuck over here and you want to like check the documentation, you can simply click on the three dots over here, or you can click on over here also. Does not matter, you can click on here and view documentation. So what this does is it will open a documentation. Okay, so the post request we are working with, open request. Okay, just a second. View documentation. Okay, just a second. What we are getting? Basics of it. Yeah, it is open over here. Okay, no issues. Like we can directly send the. Before that, like you can save your get data. Okay, click on over here to save your get method. Okay, and now come to the post request, and here what we have to do is come to the body and select raw. In raw, you have to select JSON. Okay, in raw inside raw you have to select JSON. So you can simply open curly braces, just expand this. Okay, expand this, and here are some of the properties which you can have a look in your get request what you were getting over here. Okay, like so you can simply see or you can copy this over here and you can copy this. Okay, and in the post request what you have to do is like you can paste it over here and you can change like you don't need to send the ID. Okay, it will return you the ID when you will like uh, you will send the post request, it will return you the ID of the joke that you added. Simply in the author, like kindly add your name. Okay, suppose I'm adding it as Divyansh, and you can use 11 March also after that, because like it will be easy to distinguish. Okay, for the folks who are of today's session, and simply add your joke over here. Okay, I'll say this is, I don't know joke. Okay, what to say? This is Devansh. Okay, nothing. This is Devansh, and the source I am not changing the source. Simply you can do this, and yeah. Once again, I am reminding like please be careful when writing the author name, and simply click on send. So our request is being, yeah. So we have got the status code 201 created. Okay, and this has returned us some ID 2338. You can see over here. We have not added ID. Okay. Now let's see what we have got over here. Let me refresh this. Okay. Yeah, error 404, Vijay. Okay, Vijay. Yeah. In the patch one, Vijay, when we'll send a put request, then you can like update your name, okay? There. And someone else, Devansh, here it is. Can you please tell once again how you set base URL? I missed that part. Okay, yeah, great. Just a second, I'm sharing. Okay, so only Akhil. Is there Akhil in this session? Okay, so this is you. You have added this. Okay, great. Do remember to update it, okay? Or else, like, it's really hard to like distinguish. Okay. So I'm sharing once again how I set the base URL. Okay, simply click on basics of API. Okay, your collection name, and there by default your authorization tab will be open. Now click on the variable tab over here, and this will open up like this, and this field will be empty. Okay, this will be your empty field. Here you have to write base underscore URL or any name you can give. Uh, okay, and this is the URL which you can find in the documentation, or you can like simply use it from here as well. So it is https colon slash slash API 101 dot up dot railway dot app. Okay, you can use that, and this current value it will take on its own. Okay, you don't need to do anything. Just add this initial value and click on save over here. Okay, now I hope you have got whoever has that question. Okay, got it. Yeah. So now coming back to the post request, yeah. So we have got this new job created with ID 2338. Now go to your like get data get method and simply like let's get the job which we created. You can use base URL slash joke slash uh, provide your ID which you have got from your post. Okay, and simply click on send. I hope everyone is getting what I'm trying to say. Okay, so see, I have got my joke which I have added. Author is Divansh 11 March. Yeah, so you can save this as well, like save. But when we'll delete the request, it will give us an error. So remove this and like add some other ID. You can use one because like further we'll be working with the delete method. So we'll delete the delete our joke that we created. But you can like afterwards add one more joke for which we'll be reviewing that. So now let's work with our put add request, and before that like save your post request. Okay, in the new request you can select the put, and in the base URL you can mention your base URL forward slash joke. Okay, and what you have to do is like just this and come to the body, and here select raw, and then select the JSON. Okay, and expand this. Now here we are going to update our name. Okay, those who have not correct use the proper notation for naming, they can change their name. In the new request, I need to name this. I'll say it as put method, and here I can paste that response, and I'll simply what I'm going to do is like I'm going to update my joke. The ones for the name one can update their author name. So what to say? I got. 201. Nothing. Does not make any sense. Just that only. Okay. Send. Click on send request. Yeah, it is processing a request. And 204 no content. Okay, okay. Just a second. Let me check. What I can do is hold on just a second. Okay, we are like messing with something. 204 no content. Why are we getting the server successfully processed the okay, okay, my bad. The server successfully processed the request but is not returning any content. When you will send the put request, like our API is not sending any request, okay, but it has successfully like updated our response. You can verify that, save this over here, and you can verify this as like you can go to your get request and again send get request to your ID 2338. 2338. Okay, you can send the get request. Yeah, so you can see our joke is updated. I got 201. Okay, yeah, great. So let's check over here also. I hope you folks are getting. If anyone is getting any error, let me know. Okay, yeah, I got this. Okay, two of them. Devansh Sankar Tiwari. Sonal Kumar. Okay, Sonal Kumar. Okay, from today's session. Are you guys encountering any error, any bug? Do you need any help? Let me know. Vijay, updated another request. Okay. Sonal Kumar Tiwari. Okay, we have two. Okay. I think with Vikas Kumar. Okay. Ali Mustafa. Okay, I know. These two and these. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. From here, like we have folks adding a comment, jokes from our session. Okay, no issues. Do you want me to repeat once again that put one? How to update? Okay, I hope everyone has got that. Now we have our delete request. Okay, so simply go on this and add request, and here you can add delete request. Okay, so again in here the method will be delete, not copy. It will be like delete, and the base URL you have to select over here, and then forward slash joke, and yeah, and I think we need to provide the ID, which will be 2338, and I'll simply send this request. 20. Okay, okay, so joke with ID, this is deleted. It will be updated over there also, and you folks, like if you don't want to delete it, don't delete it. If you're deleting, like, then you can add another one. Okay, so like when we review it, we can get your joke. Okay. Yeah. Great. So pretty much that only for this hand-on session, and you have the endpoints and you can play around with that, and yeah, and I'll review this. Okay. So let's come back to our slide. Now what's next? So recap basically methods, addresses, parameters, authorization, body data. Authorization is basically like suppose like this API is open API. Okay. Here we are like simply sending post request and our data is being simply added on the server. But like other APIs have API key, they are not open APIs. Okay, so if you want to add any data to their server, you will have to authorize yourself. Basically, tell what who you are, what access you have. Okay, and do remember to save your methods. Okay, and so authorization is basically telling the server what access you have. Authorization is over here, and the most common used authorization is like API key one. Okay, API key. Yeah, but in our API 101 session, we don't have to deal with this. Yeah, just sharing that. So now let's come back. So not too much left. Yeah. So continue learning with learning APIs as a student expert. So as you know, Postman has this awesome certification known as Postman Student Expert. Indicates that you are proficient in the essential skills involved in building and testing API requests in Postman, including sending more sophisticated requests in Postman, editing documentation for a collection, writing basic test scripts, running collections, passing data between requests, and scripting request execution order, have the option to become a student leader in your community. Okay, so if you pass your Postman student expert certification, then you are eligible to apply for the Postman student uh, leader program and be the Postman leader at your campus. Okay, which gives you awesome perks if you are like Postman student leader, and also though you have perks being a Postman student leader. And if you interested, okay, great, Vijay. So I'll be sharing some resources, links, and in the group also. Okay, after the sessions, I'll share quite some links which you can read for that. And yeah, so as a Postman student leader, if you become after like passing Postman student expert, you'll get like exposure to different Postman workshops. Like it will enhance your networking as well, and like provide you edge. Though Postman student expert in itself is also awesome, it will also like give you a deep understanding about APIs and also like give you an edge. You can definitely check this out. Okay, and you will earn a badge which you can like showcase on your LinkedIn and stuff. So Postman student expert, you can simply apply from here. I'll share the link, no worries, in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so win amazing stacks. Yeah, cool. Everyone was like waiting for this, I think. By the way, like I was also too excited for this. Okay, so coming to before challenges, so like who all are excited, let me know in the comment section. Okay, no one is excited. Okay, excited, yeah, Aditya Rai is excited, Akhil, Sonal Kumar, great, Vijay Raj, yeah, awesome, Omkar, Satav, okay, awesome. So like yeah, we have two challenges, and the time duration is like you have to complete this uh, till like Monday. And so the first challenge is like share your learning, what you learned from this today's session, and remember to use hashtag Postman student hashtag, and also do remember to tag Postman. Okay, and Postman, remember to tag Postman, and also you can tag me. I'm You can find me on LinkedIn as well as on Twitter with name Devansh Pratap Singh. Okay, founder at Audio Traders. You can also like found look for that. Yeah, so the first challenge is simply this. Share your learning, what you learned from today's session. Tag Postman, use hashtag Postman student, and you can tag me also. Okay, organizing team, basically, you can tag me and Postman and also use this. Simple. This is the first challenge, okay? And the swags which you will be getting is directly, I'll be sharing your details with the Postman, and Postman will be like directly shipping it to you folks, okay? Now coming to the uh, next amazing competition is blog writing competition, and the swags in this competition is awesome. Okay, okay, right. So the steps are: write what you learned during the session on your favorite platform like Medium or Dev.to, or you can use whatsoever you like. We don't have like any collaboration with any okay platform. So you can use hashtag Postman student, hashtag Postman API. Okay, write a simple blog, like write a blog. Use your creativity. What you learned from today's session, and send it to us, and we'll send some cool swags to the coolest blogs. Okay, submit your blog URL to organizers. Share your blog along with your name in WhatsApp notification group. So you have time till Monday, and like you can write a blog, use a hashtag Postman student and Postman API, and you can send your blog on the WhatsApp notification group. I hope everyone is added over there, and yeah, we'll review that, and Postman will be sending you some cool swags. And here are some of the amazing resources. If you want to like continue your learning with APIs, learning.postman.com, Learning Center, you can visit that, and explore.postman.com, it is API network, and community.postman.com, it is a forum. Okay. I'll be sharing all the links in the description in the WhatsApp notification group. You can check out from there. Q&A. Anyone having any doubt, you can ask me over here in the chat, or you can simply unmute your mic and speak on. Anyone having any doubt regarding anything like related to the context? Okay. Okay. I hope no one has any doubt. So yeah, I'll be sharing the no doubt. Okay, great, Vijay. Tell us how the workshop went. I'll be sharing a feedback link. Please do fill out that in the WhatsApp group. I'm sharing that feedback form, and please fill this out. And also, I hope you will be participating in these two. Simple. It's a very simple challenge. Okay, these two challenges are very simple. You can simply win awesome swags over here. So if you have any doubt after the session, you can simply ask in the WhatsApp group, or as well, I'll answer those over there. And after the session, now I'm going to share all the links, useful links and stuff in the WhatsApp group. And like will announce the winners on. I'll announce the winner on my LinkedIn, so you can connect me over there. Also, I'll share the link in WhatsApp group, and also in the WhatsApp group as well. I'll notify who's the winner. Yeah, great. So thank you everyone for like giving your precious time and joining in for this session, awesome session. Yeah, thank you.